but we can recognize this as the same energy as when we were a child. As child, we have an energy which is who does not like limitation. He would like to do anything it likes, and to be joyful anytime or to cry or. But a child is mostly happy even when he cries. There is no much mind. So for some years it's going like that, and then the parents say put limitation. Yes, no, you cannot do that. This, the society, the school teacher, and so on. Then this free energy is getting limited and get frustrated and so on, and register many things in the system as emotional trauma and blocks, and then it cannot express itself so much as it likes, as it would like. So if you look, yes, I can speak about that. We learn an exercise which is called voice dialogue that you may have heard about. Voice dialogue is to recognize two opposite forces in us, two voices who seems to be opposite. Like in this case, this for me, I was speaking about this hermit guy, which can be a little dry and serious, and the other one, the playful child energy, who is enthusiastic, who want to be happy about what he's doing and like that. So by doing that, I understood. So that's interesting to see it like that, because what came is, is the in India there is Krishna with worship as a child, as a god child, and especially as a for his playful mood. He can do very strange things, and he's very playful, even things which not so funny for a human mind. He would do it anyway. and also there is a story that maybe Nilima and Rima, who are from Indian origin, will know better than me, but you can share about that. That would be nice. But one thing I know is there was a very big monster when he was child, Krishna, and everybody was scared about this monster. But Krishna was not scared at all, and he stayed playful, and nothing happened for him. So I guess we could take this monster as a representation of our fear, and see that when you are in this trust of God or life, and then you know that it's a movie. So you don't take things which are happening so seriously. So this the more you recognize this inner child energy inside, which is, as I take it, the form of God. Uh, I prefer to see personally God as a joyful, playful child, rather than this serious God that the Christian people, for example, has in mind, and which is not so funny, and would judge you and so on. So yes, that's an invitation to see the other side of that. And I would like for that to give also a little. I talked about that, so Niliman and Punam will know, heard about that, and probably you also, Galender. But how we can consider, uh, give a chance to see this as a kind of dream, like we dream in the night. We have a dream about anything. We drink a glass of milk and it's so good with honey, and we wake up and there was no milk, no honey, or any kind of dream we all have in the night, which seems to happen. So in this plane, in the physical plane, it's not so easy to recognize this in the same way. But there is a way to meditate on that in everyday life, is to ask ourselves this question: could have could I ever been there, somewhere else than here, or then, at another moment than now? And if you really look closely and observe, you will see you can never be there. You will never be able to be there. There, it's a myth which seems to exist, but it's not possible to be there. When we arrive there, we are here. So, and the same for time. We can never be then. When we arrive then, we are now. So it's an illusion, optical illusion, that there is a then and there, but in truth, we cannot live here and now. It's not possible. So we are the frame in which all is happening, time and space, if we look closely, is not real. It seems to be real, but we cannot. It's an illusion, optical illusion. So it's an insight I give to look and to meditate on that, because it might be not familiar, this idea that it seems like happening, but it's not really happening, like in a dream in the night. So this make it lighter. The more you can see it in this way, the more it is light, and you see, oh, all this which I take so seriously, I'm so tight, and is it really something which is happening? It happened on the physical plane, but if I withdraw to higher consciousness, maybe I could see that it's not really happening. So that can be very giving some lightness, yes. So that was a bracket about this, how to consider this. But yes, about this playfulness, so especially this time, and today is 11/11, it's a special day. So I was told that my Suzanne, who is more specialist than me about this portal energy, today is a good day to meditate and to be in. Yes, as a little story, today in the garden I had a hammock and I was meditating. My mind was so blank, so peaceful, just amazing. And then I was just a thought in my mind said, "Oh, what is this?" It's like so deep peace. And then suddenly it was on a branch of a tree, and it broke down, and I fell down on a hole, and I was laughing. So funny. Yeah. So that's also the playfulness of God, yes, of life. So yeah, especially these days can be heavy for many people in the world, with always war here and there, or other topics. And if we can find some lightness and to laugh about things, not to mock at others, but to see in a playful way, to see that life is a playful game, that in India we say the lila of God, the play of God, even if it's not always funny, but we say like that, it's not always funny, but it's always a joke, because it's not really happening. So to play around and to find the sense of humor, like Nilima and me, we have a master, Indian master who died, Ishwar Puri, who was saying that. So I tell this story again, that you can hear that, Girlander. It's interesting to how he was putting it. He said, all we have 5 senses, touch, smell, ears, eyes, and so on. But he says there is a 6th sense which is much higher, and we say the lady has more, usually. I don't know if it's true, but I guess men also. And so this is intuition. So it's a sense to know beyond the mind, and to have this gut feeling, intuition. But there is a higher sense, which is even more important, is common sense, the ability to distinguish discrimination. So the common sense, which come also from beyond the mind, is like intuition also. But he said there is a higher sense, the 8th sense, which is the topmost sense, and it is a sense of humor. And yes, and he says, because if you can laugh at things, not to mock of others, but to laugh at yourself, and see life as a drama, a show, a mise en scène, which is not really happening, which is an experience. But the experience, for the experiencer, the consciousness is not real. It's an experience. So, like a dream in the night, we dream a nightmare or beautiful things, and we wake up there was 100 people in my dream, and I wake up, I'm alone in my bed. So where are these people? So yes. So yes, I don't know. Maybe I would be happy if someone has something to share about that playfulness of life, and how he, how you experience it, or how you would like to experience it more. Any insight or sharing you would like, or questions?
I have a question, but I would want Galinda to get more time to that. She's just unmuted.
No, go. No, go ahead.
You go first.
No, just Frank mentioned in the beginning, I would know why he invited me. And now I understand. I didn't really know. I mean, I didn't fully know, but now I know. I did actually mention to him that I was trying to find more humor in life. And after I saw this invitation, I looked up Lila, what it means online. And then I went, and so it said something like joyful or playful God. So I went to I went to the park. I have a little park next door. It's in the morning, next morning, yesterday. And for some reason went to the playground. I totally didn't think about this, but I went through the playground and they had a little ship there. And I thought, let me go up and see, move my body a bit. And literally played around on that children playground. It was before 7 o'clock, so the kids were not there yet. I had this whole place to myself. And it was only afterwards I realized, I said, oh, what happened just now? And I don't know, it's just this unconscious, or maybe it's the portal energy of today, I don't know, but this unconscious thinking in the mind and being open. So first we talk about engagement, and you say something, well, why don't you think about it more deeply in this session today? And meanwhile, this is working and you actually do it. You go to the playground and play without even noticing. So now the question is, has it happened? I don't know.
But at least it's happening. We can see it's happening, no? Yes, it's because there is a higher power who is doing things and making things happen in a magic way. And the more we go on the path, the more of life, the more the magic is seen. As that's how I experience it. And so yes, it increases. The more awareness, the more magic, the more playfulness, the more coincidences and sign. And it's like life or God make you some eyes. I don't know how we say in English. Thinking some just yes, some sign like that. Yes.
Yeah, and
Eyelid. No, how you say when you just do this?
a blink was the eye.
Yes.
A wink was the eye. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yolanda, you were saying something?
No, thank you.
Ah,
That's
okay.
it.
Yes. Poonam, you wanted to?
Yeah. What I was saying is, when you said about here and now, it's very powerful. But it's a question. My mind always spins so many stories
So
that are
many,
not
so many stories.
stories, right? It's always full speed working. Um, that I'm not living in now and here. And how can I really live every moment like that?
So yes, but when you say you say I'm not living here and now. Do you know that?
I am, but my mind takes it away. So I
Yes,
put in the
yes. You see,
background.
so you do it yourself. You see, you correct it yourself. Your mind thing is not here and now. But the moment you notice it's not me talking, that it's the mind, the moment you notice it, you're here and now. Is it not so?
Uh-huh.
Just the noticing. You see, there is nothing to do because noticing is being. The moment you notice, the mind who is saying, I'm not here and now, my mind is so busy. The moment you notice, it means you step back to consciousness who is not living in time, and you notice it's a mind, it's a thought. It's just a thought. Is it not so?
Yeah.
So, but when the mind is hyperactive, or when we are in tension because of a situation, then we come back to identification. Then I come back identified with body mind and with mind, with emotion, and then we lose ourselves. And because mind live in time and space, then we lose our awareness, which is in the present moment, which has no time in it. But it's a practice to learn to withdraw back attention to here and now, and to look at the mind, the body, who is working in space and time, like that.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Nilima.
For this Poonam, I have a idea for the mind, not to work. Where is Poonam? See,
Yeah.
every day, what you do, just sit out and simply look at the blank sky. Just for 10 minutes. Just look at the blank sky. Your mind will slow down. Make that habit and increase your time. For 10 minutes, just look. There is nothing in the sky. It is just blank. Just nothing. So your mind represents that. So make it a habit. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Simply look at the blank sky above, or look at the birds or nature. Mind will cool down. I do that. I do it.
Thank you, Nana.
Off late, I have been doing it. So, and I'm feeling also good, friend. With my feet has improved a lot with this. And meditation, of course.
Yes.
That half an hour,
You're detached.
1 hour, whatever.
You feel detached from
Yes.
the pain. Detached from the pain.
Detached. And just make a habit of sitting for half an hour. Let your mind think anything. But you first, you do this habit of sitting in the open, but your place is cold. But just observe the sky. You'll feel good.
Yes.
Thank you.
You like this? We have to see what is working for us. We are all different,
Yeah.
so we need. But maybe it can speak to you, Poonam. You can take. Who knows?
5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from 24 hours.
Actually, what Nilima? Yeah, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what Nilima just said, of course, Frank, you're totally right. We're all different, but I do remember, because this is about the playfulness. As a child, I spent hours and hours lying on my back and staring at the sky. But when I hit my first real problem as a student, I wanted to study in France, in Marseille, languages. I arrive in Marseille. I have 3 months to wait. And in those 3 months, I learned French enough. I said, well, why am I still studying every day vocabulary? It's such a waste of time. I need to do something else. And I was so in trouble, because I said, I didn't know what to do else. And what did I do? I lie on the back, I stare at the sky, and I studied law afterwards. I said, well, I have to ask a friend if they can introduce me someone who has it done. And that's how but it was from lying on my back and staring at the sky.
Staring at the sky.
So I just offer this as a example that staring at the sky is something playful that I have totally forgotten how to do. And
Yes.
thank you for reminding.
Yes. Yes, so the invitation we could do to ourselves.
Frank, you are staring, you are in the nature all the time.
Sorry?
You are in the nature all the time. You are all the time outside meditating.
No. You see, I'm in my office now. Yes.
No, but you spend a lot of time outside to meditate.
No. Now it's little cold. It's starting
now
to be.
Now it is cold. Otherwise,
yes.
in summer.
Yes. I meditate inside also. Yes. But meditation is should be all the time, 24/7.
Yes.
Open eyes, closed eyes. To make life a meditation. And meditation not just because I had this tendency to be this. I was meditating a lot in the past. Now not so much, because I feel it's to take life as an experience and playfulness. And so how I also do it for myself, how to praise that in a way this childlike energy, which is like Krishna, and to really connect with this playfulness, and say, how can I give some food to this child that he is happy to, because um, if we like what we do and do what we like, then there is authenticity, alignment, and things work better. And I truly believe that God's power want to work that way. All the rest, which is patterns from the mind, which is blocking this to work, this energy, is fear, conditioning, and this, and so much seriousness, so much tightness. And I feel that this playful God energy want to kick this out in a way to. I did not create all this just to be tight and serious and like this. It makes no sense for me if it's just that. So yeah, there is some moment we have to be serious, but to inside keep this joyful playfulness. Who doesn't want to have that? Even people who are not aware. I feel everyone would like to keep that. So how to open to that, and to it will be a way also to, because the the second part of our personality who has been built after the child energy is more with conditioning and all this. The more I feel like that, the more we are in that, then the other one will melt away like ice, and all the conditioning, fears, and blockage melt. So it's a way to, and that's what we learn also in coaching too. It's not about staying in a cave and do nothing. Through action, and allow an authentic aligned energy to unfold, and then the blockage and stuff will melt. Yes. And so yes, so for example, I was talking with my partner Suzanne this morning, and she did because I shared with her also. And so she was doing painting, because she was doing painting in the past, and she stopped in a way. So, and this morning she had some insight. I will not share now, but and she was painting, and she was so happy. Art can be a really great source of unlocking this.
Meditation.
Yeah, but it can be sometimes over serious also. So it depends how we do, but depend on personality. But today we were talking about playfulness, and to, especially in a heavy world with so many things. So the more people who keep this lightness and this sense of humor, which is, according even to Ishwar Puri, the highest sense. How we could say that a guy who advise meditation and all these things, the highest sense of humor, because even that, even he said, I tell you to meditate, and that there is all this spiritual region and all these things, and it's for the mind, because the mind, if you say you have to do nothing, he won't believe it. So he tell you have to do this, to do that, a big list, because mind like numbers. That's what he says. But if we could hear from the soul that you are not all this, you are just this consciousness which is untouched, this eternal consciousness. If you can hear that, you have nothing to do. Not as a body mind. The body mind will continue to do, either to do or not do. But consciousness is neither in doing or not doing. It is beyond the time and space and the plane or doing or not doing. In Zen also they say that. It's neither doing or not doing. So what you are is neither doing or not doing. It's always as it is, a mystery. And we cannot describe the mind, because the mind is not allowed to describe what it doesn't know. So yes. But meditation of course, help, and open eyes, close eyes, and I like to do it also. Anything somebody want to share about, to give some insight about playfulness, joyfulness, or anything else? Otherwise, I will. You can think about something to share. Um, uh, the another aspect of seeing this child energy in us, joyful, playful, is to realize that this God is not outside. You know, even like Jesus said, "Don't you know you are the temple of the living God?" So God is in, because if you believe in a God outside and will judge you and all this, so it might exist at a certain level. But if you really, as I do, want to realize that it's not something separate from me, because as long as I believe it's me and something else, outer master, outer God, then I keep separated, and my soul will never accept something separate like that, only temporarily. I believe and I experience, and the only satisfaction is to realize that there is no separation. So to, in a way, giving chance and worship this inner child energy as playfulness, and recognize a face of life, or God, as you would like to call it, then it's not somebody else. It is my own self who is this, who want to play, who created all this to play. You see? So that's also a way to cut the duality, to recognize this as my own self. It's, so for some time, we as long as we are trapped in duality, we need the idea of a master separate, a God separate, maybe. But we can ask this question: will we ever be satisfied as long as we are separate like that? So yeah, so this is another aspect of playfulness, to see it our own energy fields, and to feel it, to experience it, and to be happy, joyful, and to share. And then it can become a contagious disease, like a virus, especially in a world like today, and to be naturally happy. Would you like that?
Actually, Frank, you remind me now. I bought this summer. I ordered a little a yoga, not a yoga mat, but a yoga carpet from India. Actually, it came. It was such a beautiful design, and so I put it on the floor once, and I never used it. And then I folded it up and I put it on a ottoman, like a poof, like a seat and a pillow on top of it. And I used it in all these times. So now, with you on the line and talking about the subject, I feel I really have to use it now. My little yoga carpet, and use it for, yeah, it was meant for the exploring movement. That's why I didn't want a yoga mat. That's very small and narrow. I wanted something much bigger because I wanted to explore movement on the floor, and I just haven't done it. But I think now I no longer can avoid it.
Yes, through movement, you could also join some groups to do some thing to open up and to, or whatever, or about laughing, about finding joy, in a way. So anyway, and playfulness. Yes, anything. Yes.
Today is tomorrow Diwali.
Tomorrow is Diwali.
Punam, you
Ali.
know?
Yes,
I
yes,
forgot.
I did Dhanteras
Today
puja
and tomorrow.
yesterday.
Yesterday, today, tomorrow, day after, 5 days.
Yesterday we prayed the god of Ayurveda,
Oh,
and the god of wealth, who's Lakshmi's father, right? Kuberji.
Dhanteras.
Yeah,
Dhanteras.
yeah. And also the god of Yama, who's the god of death. We light a lamp for him, so we are never afraid of death.
mm.
Yeah, it's interesting to see it in this way, because in the coaching training, we learn how to, with clients, how to go over fear that we may have when we want to do some actions in life, and we may have some blocks, some fear, and we some there is some exercise, for example, to connect with the fear, how it appears to you, in which way, and to see, oh, maybe can this fear could touch you, and to learn to not be overcome by that. And when we speak about Indian gods, like you said, this divinity is to be able to go beyond fear. So it makes a sense why all this divinity has been created in a way to help the human to go beyond fear and this and that. So it's a different approach.
Again, energies.
Huh? Yes. Yes.
Symbols.
Symbols, yes, like that. And in coaching, they learn to shift symbol. If your symbol is a demon, a devil, like this, so you can find another symbol or something to help to transcend that. So in the same idea, yes.
Same idea, yes. So here, when you light the lamp, you are, how do you say, energizing that energy that overpowers your fear. Same thing.
Yeah, energy of the light. Rima, no, it's not Rima, it's another name.
Rima's fine. That's my Indian name.
Oh, okay. What did you say? So one was the god of Ayurveda, the god of Yama, and you said another one.
God of wealth, Kuber.
Oh, wealth. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, he is
Abundance.
he's the most popular one.
Okay. All right.
Why?
So what we also do is buy some, and Nilima will tell you, but we buy something, silver or gold, to bring in wealth in the house, to again energize the wealthy energy. Go ahead, Nilima.
Diwali means few days prior to Diwali, we need to clean the house. But actually, it is a symbol of cleaning the house means cleaning the mind. It is made that way. It is cleaning and dejunking the mind. So all old things we give and we buy new things. So that is the symbol, is to throw away all junk from the mind and put good things. And then lightening the house, full house from outside, is bringing all positive energy. Means lightening your life. It is being happy, feeling happy, and burning of effigies, that Narkasur means demons. Narkasur, that is burned today in the town. Now it will be burned by 12 o'clock. But in the town, and even this, I'm not going, it's dark, it's far. So that is burning all your weakness, your anger, frustration, everything that is burning. Actually, it's that. But children do that, enjoying in a big way by making a demon and burning. And then next day morning means tomorrow morning, everybody gets up early morning by 5. That is how it is. Previously, it was customary. I'm just telling you the tradition. Uh, put oil on the body, on the hair, and there is that some saffron thing, means perfume powder, all that, and oiling and having head bath. And then first thing, you eat a bitter thing. That is the first thing you have to put in the mouth. Means when you eat that bitter thing, means all the bitterness you eat, swallow it. And then you eat sweet, and then you offer, and you make for your the men of the house also are just prayed, because they are the ones who are bringing earning people, like that. And then you
The
get gifts
reason
from
you
them.
eat bitter is whenever there's churning going on, right?
Yeah.
The past, that negativity in us keeps coming. So we
Yeah.
should just let it go and not get trapped in it. Like when we meditate, all these thoughts come. So the significance is just to watch it and release it.
But actually, this is how it is. But these people don't understand the meaning of Diwali. People take it material wise. It is
Superficially.
not so.
Mhm.
It is de-junking your mind and you helping somebody. But that thing is doesn't exist in this era,
Yes, so we have to take care of
this
ourselves.
generation.
Yes, to
Yes, everybody is
we cannot
self.
do for
Most
others.
of the people are
Yes,
self-centered.
and
But
you know
that is how it is.
what you said about. I took a note of something you said. Is first is bitterness, then it's
Yeah,
sweet. And for me,
yeah,
as I take it, is if we don't learn to go through the pain of life without
yeah.
suppressing or putting them outside, to learn to feel it without pushing them away. So this is the bitterness. When you learn that, then you can experience nectar. I had some experiences like that,
Mm.
maybe you too, when you fully surrender to the bitterness of pain, whether it is, any kind of inner difficult energy inside, which is because of the separation. We are separated from life, from God, from this, from that, and so we have this wound. And if we can feel this bitterness, then it transmutes into nectar. Yes, that's how I
And
saw it. Yes,
one benefit of the festivals in India is people also, those who do not have food or anything, they are given. Everybody gets. So they also are able to have something nice at least for a period of a time.
yes,
So this is the benefit of the festivals.
yes.
Everybody is given help.
But this is outside. This is more
Everybody.
the outer life. Yes, but it's also part of the.
Outer life.
Yes,
But there are a lot of poor people also. So they are
yes,
also fed.
yes.
That is how it is.
Yeah, we can serve the world, and that's good. But we
Everybody is
know
served.
we cannot change the
Yes.
nature of the world. That there will always be war, always people dying, suffering, getting
Yeah.
old. We cannot change the nature of the world. That's what Buddha
Mm.
discovered. He left his kingdom because he said, "I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be old. I don't want to die." These three things.
Mm.
So, can
Yeah.
any one of us stop this in the world?
No.
We can't unless we find an
Yes.
answer inside. What Buddha
Can you
did.
say again, Frank? Sorry, not old, not to die, and what was the third one?
Not to be sick, not to be old, and
Ah,
not to
sick,
die.
old, and die. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's about.
He said, I, I,
That's
I
easy.
want to. He left his wife, children, the kingdom, all the wealth to get an answer to that. He said, I don't want that. And all his life he was putting effort into that direction, and he found an answer to that. And he said, the reason of suffering is desire or having a preference. So it needs someone, I or ego, who prefers this rather than this, to have a desire or preference. So as long as there is this, then he said this is the cause of suffering. So it brings back to the question: is there really I who is existing, or is it an illusion that there is I? So that was the point, as I understand it. And when you realize, if you realize that there is no I, me, then there is also no one to suffer, no one to get old, and no one to die, because you need someone. It's just then it's just because if you look at nature, a physical body, we say it dies, but in truth, it goes in the ground, it gets transformed, and it continues. It's not stopping. So it's only
Mm.
because there is a identification as an I that we think there is a death. But if you look seriously, closely, you will see that there is just transformation. Nothing dies, right? So
Yes.
it's only when there is a consideration of a me, that's what Buddha said also. When you believe there is a me, then when the body appears to die, then we say I died or he died. So to go to the real question is there a me, and who is that one who pretend to exist? Do this I really exist? And then if there is no me, then there is only an experience of suffering, but there is no one who suffers. There is only an experience of getting old, but there is no one who getting old. There is an experience of dying, but no one who's dying. You see, that is a trick. So that's a direction. So to understand that it's because our mother told us that is you, that is Frank, this is Frank. So when you heard this thousands of times, then you start to believe it. When you are born as a child, you don't even know who is Frank. You just an experience of whatever, and then the me gets built afterwards, and there is then an idea. Oh, that's me. Oh yes. Oh, what I will do with that one. Yes. So
Right. What I said there is super, super interesting because that makes suffering the oldest chronic illness on the planet. And if what you just said can help with suffering, then it also can help with chronic illness that we have today, like diabetes and so forth. And I'm actually going, so just for Lilima and Rima, I'm also in the health coaching, and that I'm going to, so together with the spiritual coaching, that's what I want to bring together. So what you just said actually really opens up that path. Yeah, suffering and diabetes is ultimately the same thing, has the same cure. Yeah.
the what? The suffering and
Diabetes,
yes.
Alzheimer, all these things have the same cure because they come out of something that the ego has created, that the ego believes. And so this is, I think, a very powerful route to, to make this understandable to people.
Yeah, I would work in the health system, like something like that. I'm interested also in that, and I think the biggest insight is to really bring back the person to experience, to the welcoming of what is as it is without fighting. Because if there is an illness or any disturbance, and if on the top of that there is a me who fight against it, it should not be there. If an idea come in the mind, it should not be like that. Then you create another layer, another division with a fighter inside, with and then you disbalance the system, and the epigenetic talk about that also, that then you create more trouble. You disturb the immune system, emotional system. It all works together. So the key, according to me, is really to look and to welcome whatever it is as it is, and not resist, not fight. The idea of fighting against a disease is in my sense not really a good thing. It's the opposite. It would be more to welcome it totally as it is, and then it has more chance to is not to be fatalist and to be fall down in a hole, a black hole of, oh, I'm the poor guy and like that. That's not about that. It's a natural welcoming, acceptance, total acceptance, unconditional acceptance. Not
Right.
yes. And
That means if there is a sickness, one should not go to doctor.
no. This is the
Ah,
inner attitude. Now we're talking about the inner attitude. How the body mind, whatever unfold, if you feel right to go to a doctor or this or whatever, but inside is to be in a state of surrender, acceptance. So if the movement is going to the doctor, then I surrender to that. You see, it's not about the character really. It's more the inner state of being, to surrender, to be in acceptance. And then you create there is a layer less, of you are embracing what is. Then you give more chance to your immune system, more chance to, and it works with the emotional system, everything. So then there is much more chance for anything to happen. But you are also ready, if this disease should put an end to this body, you're also ready to that because you surrender. But you're at peace, Like my mother, she has Alzheimer, but she's in peace because there is total acceptance, and I feel she's like for me like in a way a sage because there is no fighting. And some people who are Alzheimer who fight, then they can be very angry, upset, and very unpleasant people. You see, so I believe it's really the way you take things. Okay, it is like this, it is like this, and you are is to be at peace, like Baron Katie would say, to be at peace with what is. To be at peace with, I think this is a big secret. To be at peace with what is, and then you realize that yes, it is whether it is suffering or pleasure, they are all on the same in the same world, ups and down, pleasure and pain. But the invitation would be to notice: am I part of these waves, or I am just a witness consciousness of these waves? You see, this is a shift. I am the one who is going through this wave, or I am just this absolute acceptance which is witnessing this. You see, so we don't need to talk so deep with people who are not ready to hear that, but we can speak about acceptance, to be or something like that, and make them understand that by fighting, by not accepting, we create more division in our system, and we disturb more so we don't help anything. I don't know how you see that, you guys. Oh, it's 59. You would have to leave soon, Girlanda. Is it right, or what was your timing?
Yeah, 10:15.
Ah,
So I
okay.
have a
So do you
but
want?
I'm glad I could stay until the big secret reveal. Be at peace with what is the big secret reveal.
Yes,
And
yes.
we have planned this for how long? Forever, and yet it's so hard to do.
Yeah, and to accept the unacceptable. I talk sometime about two books which I read about during the Second World War, people who were in concentration camp, and especially a lady, the diary of Etty Esilom, and at the beginning she's really upset against German Nazi and so on, very angry, and slowly through the book she's shifting. And at the end she's in a concentration camp, and her parents are also there. She see her parents going, and she's totally in peace, and she go also in the gas to be killed, but in peace, and her journal was found. So this is so powerful experience, because you can be at peace in extreme condition. So it's really, because she discovered that, she probably discovered that the peace is beyond death. Do I have to depend on the outer circumstances to be in peace? So it's some very strong example of people who have experienced it, and so maybe you can learn from that. Is there a peace which is not depending on the outer circumstances? Ask us this question, and maybe this peace is already there and I don't see it.
Name of the book?
Etty Esilom. I can write it in the WhatsApp group. Yes, we have a WhatsApp group.
And author.
Huh?
And author.
Yes.
And author.
Yeah, yes. It's a diary. Yes. Etty Esilom. Yes.
Yeah, it can be diary only, correct. She died, so it can't be a book. It can be a diary.
Yeah, it was written from her notes. Her notes were found,
Yeah.
and yes.
Was this the diary of Anne Frank, or did you say a different name?
No, Etty Esilom. Etty Esilom.
Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah, okay.
Yes. You know this book?
No.
Yes.
I did hear something else, but
yes. But there is many example like that, I think. But the pointer is the same. Is not is this piece might be already here. Maybe I don't see it. Maybe I'm not aware of it. Maybe it's already here. What these people found in extreme situation like that. So maybe it's here, and I don't see it. That's the
The good
joke, you
things
know.
are
Huh? Sorry?
the good things are on the other side of the comfort zone.
Yes, yes, yes. That's why, you know, there is this image of the laughing Buddha. There is two images of Buddha. Usually, the serious Buddha who can be even skinny, meditate a lot, and like that. But there is also this belly laughing Buddha. When you realize it's all a joke and nothing ever happened, this is just a theater. You say, "Oh my God, all this for it was just an experience." Yes, so that's the laughing Buddha. So I think playfulness. I think is the biggest playfulness when we can realize the playfulness of to that extent. If it is realized, then yes, how cannot we can only be in peace and enjoy. You know, I don't know, for example, if you had some out of body experience sometime in your life, but just this is just so joyful. You feel just to know that you are not the body. It gives just it's a small, a relatively just a simple experience like that gives you so much joy. You feel, oh my God! Suddenly, in one experience, you see, I'm not this. My God, and you are your vision on life change a lot, and your feeling also. Yes. And if you realize also, I was blessed to have these two experience with body, also out of body experience, but also out of mind experience, to see the mind and to see that you are not the mind. Most of people in the world had never this because it's glue. There is a glue with the mind, and I think I am glue with the mind, and I think I am the mind, and there is no space. So people who learn to meditate, learn to detach, or maybe you are naturally like that. But my first trip in India 30 years ago, I had this suddenly this, and I oh my God, that's not that's a mind. I saw it like a, you know, this for children with merry-go-round. I saw the mind as a representation, as a merry-go-round like that, and it was a shock to see that it's not me, because I thought really it was me. So that's also gives some, but you know, afterwards life continue and you come back to identification and you go through stuff, but at least you had some insight, you had some kind of revelation, even it's not enlightenment, but you have some revelation, you know, somehow that you are not the mind, you are not the body. So I share this just to give some little interest about that, and because it become also lighter. The more you realize you are not that, the lighter it become. Yes, like the dream at night, you know. You wake
Right.
up and you had some crazy stuff happening, and you wake up and you sometimes you are just laughing alone. You say, "Oh my God, what happened?" I thought it was really happening. So we are every morning, or maybe not every morning, but very often we are also the laughing Buddha who realize that these dreams did not happen. It was just an experience. Yes. But this we cannot change the world, convince the world about that. We have to see it by ourselves.
Yeah, no, very,
It's a personal experience.
very good wisdom.
Yes. Yes. So before, because I think you have to leave Girlander soon. If you want to say something before to, so we will do this meeting regularly. I will tell you if you like, but you said you will not be available the next Saturday.
Yeah, I have
Yes.
design
Yeah.
coming up for a book with our in New York, the New York Botanical Garden. They do design landscape design classes, so I want to be a little bit outside. Frank is sitting in the big garden, but I'm sitting in the middle of the city of the highway.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
Where
I
are
need to.
you? Where do you
I'm
live?
in New York City. I'm in New
Oh,
York City, yeah, and there is a big 8-lane road right outside my window, so I need a little bit of green. But today it only starts next week, so I'm so happy to have been with you. Happy
you're
Diwali!
welcome to come to California if you like. I'm in California.
You're in California, right? Okay, right. Yeah, everything seems to happen in California. And yeah, happy Diwali over to India, and
Yes.
Thank
Happy
you.
Diwali.
I'm already feeling sleep. I have to get up early. So we'll wind.
Yes. So
Shall
happy
I
Diwali.
leave? Yeah.
Yes. So today we have to clean the house today, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I have so much cleaning to do.
So I will also.
I actually did yesterday. I'm so glad I did. And so thank you also, Nilima, for reminding us to eat something bitter, because that was,
First bitter, then sweet.
yeah, right. That was so perfect.
What
Thank
do
you.
you eat for bitter, Nilima?
We get a fruit, bitter fruit.
Oh, amla. Amla?
Crush. Not amla. Amla is sour. Bitter
Oh.
fruit that you crush and just touch it to the tips.
I don't know what that fruit is.